you there is a day, the day that you were born, and people say you should get everything that you want, but no one really knows what you want. We know what you want. A Raw Impressions birthday, happy fucking birthday, welcome to a new year, you. You're a fine one, listen every time one. Thank you from Adele and Lou. Thank you for listening to Raw Impressions. Thank you for continuing to listen to Raw Impressions.
Yes.
Welcome to the Raw Impressions June shout out birthday episode.
Ooh, and other things.
And other things. Here's the truth. We got one birthday shout out for June. One. I thought that after all the love and care that we devoted to our May birthday shout out episode, that people would be ready to send us emails and messages. Mm-hmm. So we can. Where are they?
I don't know.
I'm going to try not to let this.
Do they not appreciate all the work?
Is this a reason to spiral? We are on vacation.
I know. We are actually on vacation. This is not a family trip. This is simply a vacation, which is so long overdue.
We're in a tiny, tiny little house. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not that tiny, but...
Well, it's pretty tiny. Lou's just downstairs from me. I'm in the bedroom that's just above where he is. We're very happy here. Has a little hot tub in the back. Even has a fire pit if you're into that sort of thing, but... The smoke from the fire, right, gets in all your clothes and your hair, and then you got to go to bed, and you're smelling it. And
yeah.
I don't know. The fire pit thing is overrated.
It's just not your thing. Mm-hmm. Well, we did get one shout out.
Yeah.
For one person for themselves.
I like that. Mm-hmm.
They did say that we would be dead to them if we did not mention their birthday. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So we got to hold on.
I appreciate that, actually. I liked that threat because it felt like they were passionate about us then and passionate about this podcast and our birthday shout outs. And so they didn't want to be left behind. So
this is for you, Duffy.
For Sunday. This Sunday is their birthday.
Yeah. So this is actually a current one.
Yeah, it's not Sunday yet. Let's see, Duffy turns 51 on June 28th. Okay, Duffy.
Every fucking year there is a day, the day that you were born, and people say you should get everything that you want, but no one really knows what you want. They never do. It's your birthday, happy, happy birthday, welcome to a new year, you. You're a fine one, shining like a diamond. Duffy.
Duffy Diamond.
Duffy's a badass name. Duffy.
Happy birthday, Duffy, from us at Raw Impressions.
Happy 51st birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Duff. May I call you Duff? No.
Who knows?
I met Duff McKagan.
Yeah.
Talking about that.
We were just having a little going down memory lane with Appetite for Destruction and talking about Guns N' Roses the other day. We're like,
we really did.
Let's just talk about them.
We talked quite a bit about. That's the great thing about being on vacation. There is no timeline. There is no schedule, which is pretty mind blowing. Because every day at home, you know that if you get a party started, the party's got to end at a certain point. You know, you're like, well, we got to start wrapping up at 4:30, or we're gonna need to be in bed. But you have to kind of. There's a time limit to everything, but there's no time limit here in the cabin for you and I. So if we want to talk about appetite for destruction for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, if we want to just follow that train of thought and just see where it leads us with no cap on it. It's like how deep do we want to go? We can go as deep as we want. We can take this conversation with us all day.
I can say when I met Duff and I did discuss with him some of his early punk rock endeavors. He was in a couple of pretty cool punk rock bands, both of which I bought. He was in a band called The Veins, and I bought their 7-inch when I was young. Like, this is early 80s. 81, 80. Yeah. And then he was in a band called The Farts, who I really liked.
Does that have a Z at the end? Farts? Yeah,
there's a Z at the end, and they have, I think their first EP, their first 7-inch EP was called Because This Fucking World Stinks. Or was it their second record? I can't remember. But I talked to Duff, and he was really nice, and I saw so much in his eyes. This is what I was trying to describe to you, was I saw, I'm like, this guy has seen some shit.
Depth.
Like, he had some real depth. Depth. There you go. There you go.
He has such a kind vibe to him. I've never met him, but just anytime I see him speak in interviews or things like that, it's like he does have a very approachable kind of vibe. Was he approachable? He
was so approachable that I approached him.
That's saying something, because you're a real baby about approaching people.
I'm a baby. That was what I'm like. I'm a fucking baby compared to this guy.
You were like, should I approach MJ Lenderman? I'm like, okay, now we're getting weird. All right, because he played with you guys on stage. Honey, okay. Yes, go say hi to MJ Lenderman. What the hell? Lou, seriously. That one was...
He's so young and smart, you know.
So what?
Well, you know.
You act... I don't know.
I don't want to waste smart people's time. You know, that's something that I...
This negative dialogue, this negative self-chat is just so... We've got to pop that balloon.
I've been trying.
Let's pop that balloon. It's like a zit that has a really big white head on it just below the surface, and you just touch it and it, just get rid of it. Get rid of it. It hurts. It hurts. Release it. Let it go. Saunter up to MJ and be like, hey man, what's going on?
Well, I did. That's what I did.
Because I told you to go say hi to him. And you were like, and then you went up to him, and of course it was easy and lovely because he's easy and lovely, and dear God.
Okay. Moving on. We did not receive a shout out for this
one. I want you to just acknowledge the fact that I made you talk to MJ Lenderman and it was easy.
You're right. So we have one more. Apparently, we have no fans that were born in June left. Or But we do have a friend.
We do have a friend who was born in June.
Someone who's been friendly to us.
Oh, she has said, though, she doesn't listen to podcasts, and we don't really listen to too many either, so we understand. Even though she also has her own podcast. But you know what? We're all busy, guys, you know?
Busy. Yeah.
Oh, see? Yep. Here we go.
Busy is as busy as can be. She's got a new show on QVC. And she's fighting for the right to be free. For women everywhere to be free. Who am I talking about, Adele?
Busy Phillips.
That's right.
Yeah, she is. She is a fighter.
Busy, it's your birthday. Happy fucking birthday. Welcome to a new year, you. When I was in New York, I needed some support. You found time in your busy day and gave me a place to stay.
She did.
Busy turned 46.
Yeah, and she said that on Instagram, I'm just quoting her Instagram or riffing off it, she said that 45 sucked and she's really happy to turn 46. And so I hope 46 is kind to her. So, yeah.
I never have an opinion about what age I'm at.
You said to me many times that the 40s were hard for you.
Yeah, the 40s. All of the 40s. All of them.
Remember the conversation we've had?
Well, all the 40s. The 30s, too.
The 30s were kind of hard, too, huh?
Oof.
Yeah.
The 30s were... Yeah.
I actually would love to redo the 30s. But not the 40s. I'd like to redo 30 to 40 and then skip to 48 where I'm now. Just, I don't know. Yeah. Because going through perimenopause and being so painfully bloated for just days and days on end, looking like I was carrying like 2 huge watermelons just ready to burst out of my stomach. I just was so bloated from perimenopause that like it was painful. I'm sure there's other people who can relate because it's all the rage now. It's in the news. People are finally talking about menopause, perimenopause.
When I was bloated, it was my own damn fault.
And you were bloated too, right? But you were also bloated in your 40s.
I was. But that was how I was living. I was living kind of a bloated lifestyle.
But see, mine wasn't really lifestyle related. I even did like cleanses, and I'm a
no, of course, no,
but
because you were a creature of nature. You are like this ethereal / corporeal being.
Ooh.
I'm just a fucking slub.
I don't think you've ever called me ethereal. That's nice. To my face, anyway. Over a screen.
I've told it to your butt.
Oh, God. Honey, this is a family podcast. How many times do you have to tell?
Corporeal. That's the first time I've used the word corporeal.
What does that even mean?
Of the body? There's a really good song by the band Broadcast called Corporeal. If I'm even pronouncing it correctly.
It's hard to say. Corporeal.
Yeah. It's where the word corpse comes from.
Corpse?
Yep.
Feeling like a corpse. So or I guess we're done with our birthday greeting to Busy Boo.
Come on, people.
All right. Hey, if you got a July birthday,
is right around the corner. So I'm a July guy.
Oh, I got to write my own. Oh my gosh. I'm going to write a poem. Oh.
I will.
I'm excited.
I have this birthday song. Yep. and I'm ready to personalize it for people.
Yeah. I feel like there are other July birthdays now that I'm thinking of it. I'm like, I think there's some other people we know who have July.
It's going to be a big episode because I've got some celebrity July birthdays
that you're just going to shout out.
I want to give them shout outs. There's a couple really important ones for me.
Oh, okay. Don't tell. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to tell people.
Okay. They just have to tune in.
You're going to have to tune in. There's some real important ones that I'm going to have to touch upon for July.
Touch them.
I'd be happy to touch you.
Yeah. Touch your birthday too. You, whoever you are. Yep.
You Cancerians. Mm-hmm. And are there Leos?
Is that what it is?
July
Cancer?
Too?
I don't know.
Some of it is. I know my part of it is. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, that is true. So July is going to be big. Well, June was gentle then. It was just a light birthday month, but it's okay.
Well, I guess we can move on. I have used my time here. I've been working on there's been a secret project afoot for most of the year at this point.
You have a couple secret projects actually now.
Do I? Oh, I do.
It's very exciting.
So this, I think, is probably the song that may not make the final cut.
Okay.
I'm going to play...
from the vault. It's like your Taylor Swift, right? This one might end up on a vault somewhere.
It might end up on some special release, maybe a B-side, as they call it.
A D-side.
This is D-side material.
Are you going to play it?
Unless for some reason it's really good. The concept of the song was going to be, when will you open up? And I was like, I can't open. It's such a big concept. And I'm like, I can't.
Kind of tired of that question.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I don't exactly. It was going to be like, when will you open up? And how can it be? And I was doing that over and I'm like, I just couldn't get anywhere with it. Mm-hmm. When will you open up? And I'm like, I kind of don't want to ask anybody when they're going to open up anymore. If the opening up is not happening, then, that's life. So, yeah, I don't want to say that anymore. So but it just something else popped into my mind the other day. So I'm going to take a deep breath.
I'll take a deep breath with you.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. When are we blowing up? You've waited so long. You wanna see blood and guts? Come on. You're about as dumb as they come. Telling stupid stories every day. Someone should... Okay, I gotta do it right. I got nervous.
Okay, that's okay. I'm really... it's okay. This is like we're working it out. It's okay. Progress, not perfection. Someone you love ought to speak up and tell you to mind your own teacup before breaking mine. Oh, when are we blowing up? And what can I do when good isn't great enough for you? Nothing quite as bad as a bored edgelord. Their dreaming and their scheming get so dark.
Maybe they need a vacation where doctors are saving the patients. How cold are you? And when are we blowing up? You've waited too long. You wanna see blood and guts? Come on. This is the lead part. Oh, when did the faith break the faithful? The Father, the Son, and the death cult. May God bless you. And when are we blowing up? And what can I do when good isn't good enough for you?
I like where you're going a lot more.
Yeah, it's better, right?
Mm-hmm. I like how you said, come on. I like that a lot.
Come on. Yeah, I know. That came up. I'm like, I'm going to re-record it and put it on the Substack.
Sexy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put like a full version of the song on the Substack in case anybody wants to hear it.
Ooh. I liked your kind of like shift in perspective in that song too. That means you're getting out of maybe your comfort, your familiar zone, and you're stretching yourself a little bit. You know?
Speaking of MJ Lenderman,
I was going to say, did he influence some of those lyrics? Yeah. I could kind of tell it's good.
The way when we saw him play,
yes,
only a few days ago. And every time he would start singing in a song, I would just be like, I would just be like on my tiptoes, like, what the fuck is the next line going to be? I just loved how I couldn't predict where he was going to go with each song, with each lyric. And I'm like, oh my God. And he was so chill. He was so supremely relaxed while he was doing it. I'm like, old man needs a lesson from this youngin' right here. Old man needs to be watching this boy because he's like time is opening up as he's singing these songs. And the songs are very familiar. Like he's not, MJ is not working like a whole new musical vocabulary. He's playing he's playing a familiar kind of music, but the way that he sings, it underlines and it really proves once again how you can always make something new. That the new is always there. There's always possibilities, even in something that you would assume had been played. Because when I was young, I used to be very impatient with stylistically. I'd be like, you just don't get stuck, move along, keep it new. And I just love how a lot of these tried and true formulas always can just reveal all new worlds and seem completely new. Man. So anyway, I was it's
a fresh
watching
take,
him,
right?
It's a fresh take, and watching MJ do that. I'm like, I need chill. Cause I think when I look back at my life, talking about going through our 30s and our 40s and our 50s and making these generalizations about how hard these times were. And one thing that I can just say that typified most of my life as an artist is I've written plenty of funny songs and I've had a very irreverent approach to recording and all this stuff, but there is a part of me that's always been very serious.
Yes.
when it comes to my songwriting. I've been quite serious in the songs over the years. I think watching MJ, it really hit me. I was like, oh, right, okay. I kind of see where this is. I'm understanding it more. And so this song was a little experiment and chill. Although the subject is actually something that scares me so much.
I think too, the other word that's coming to my mind is play and playfulness. Like so we saw MJ last Sunday at Green River Festival. It was great. It was actually my first time even hearing his music. You'd been talking about him, and he came and guested with Dinosaur Jr., right? That's when you met him. Mm-hmm. And I remember you saying, like, God, this kid, MJ Lenderman, came and played with us in LA, and damn, he was good. He was really chill, and like, that's cool. And then I start to, hear a little bit more about him just in the social media world. So I was curious to hear his music. I didn't actually know what it would sound like, and I was very pleasantly surprised, and I really enjoyed his set. And then when we were driving out here to our little cabin, we listened to his most recent album, I believe, and we really enjoyed it. We listened to it from start to finish, and I would say it's not just that chillness. He's very playful. He's playful with his lyrics, and not in a silly way. It still is smart, and there's still a sophistication to it, but there's a play. And I think that that's kind of what you're doing in your new version of that song. There's a playfulness to it that I like. So,
yeah. Well, that's the end of the episode. We're done. Give me all your raw impressions, your thoughts, your words, your time. All about communication. Yeah, speak your mind. Give me all your raw impressions. All your raw impressions.